gosh. So, good morning. It's Dee Dee. Sorry I didn't talk right away. I didn't even realize I clicked the live button. Oh my goodness, I got some rooster thing going on with my hair. Anyway, more importantly, I woke up this morning to something rather disturbing. I don't know what's going on with my hair, y'all. You'll just have to ignore it. It's doing its own thing today. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys watch something called This Morning. It's a British talk show, and it's on ITV. I think that means internet TV, but I'm not sure. Anyway, there's this guy named Philip Schofield, and the lady that is on the talk show, her name is Holly. And I woke up this morning, barely awake, rolled over, grabbed my phone, and on the front page, if you want to call it that, is Holly giving a heartfelt apology to the audience. Thank you for the thumb up. I'm guessing that was Pan that did that. So thank you, Pan, for that, if that was you or whoever gave me the thumb. Anyway, so I'm not like an avid watcher of This Morning ITV show on the internet, but I have watched quite a few episodes. It was okay. It was pretty good as talk shows go. I'm kind of disgusted by Dr. Phil's talk show right now because of all the fakery that goes on before he even comes out to the audience. What I mean by that, if you've not watched Dr. Phil, you know how when he comes out, everybody's cheering and screaming and yeah, and you're like, man, this dude must be, really the spit, to not say a swear word. He must be really something for them. Good morning, Craig. For them to be cheering for him like that. And what's really going on that you don't see because you're not behind the scenes like I got to be, is I was a Twitterer. I got chosen to be on the Dr. Phil show, on meaning behind the scenes Twittering while it was going on and before it started. What they do is they have a guy come out and rile up the audience by making them laugh, making them scream, playing stupid games, and I mean stupid games with them, contests, so that by the time Dr. Phil walks out to the audience, these people are already riled up and screaming. You don't see that part, though. All you see is Dr. Phil's show with all his little music, and then he comes out and everybody's, ah! None of that was real. I mean, yeah, they were really screaming, but they weren't screaming just because this man came out on stage, like he was some kind of messiah. I hate fakeries, but to me, that just really turned me right off to the Dr. Phil show. I hardly ever watch the thing anymore. I can't tell you the last time I actually watched an episode. Anyway, person that just sent me something, I'll check your stuff out in a minute. I'm live and I don't want to disrupt that to go see what you sent me. Anyway, so yeah, I was turned off by that, which to me, sometimes you wonder how much of TV and even internet TV, internet entertainment is even real, For all you know, I'm not real. For all you know, I'm like a made up animatron robot or something. I'm not, but honestly, you don't know me personally. You only know what I've shared, which I've shared a lot of really personal stuff over the years, much of which has been taken down since then and some of it destroyed. But you don't know. Social media is a funky thing. You just really don't know the reality of everything you're watching. So I digress on that. Anyway, so I'm really leery of internet and TV and entertainment media to begin with. So anyway, I came on and Holly, the female co-host of this show, was giving a heartfelt apology and a thank you for all your kind messages. And I'm thinking, wow, did Phil die? He's the host, the other co-host, whatever, on this ITV show. And I'm just listening intently, laying there half asleep. But then I woke up and I was like, whoa, what went on here? What's up with the This Morning show? It wasn't that It wasn't that Phil died. It wasn't that somebody was ill from the show. It was that Phil was a groomer of a young boy and had what do you call it? I don't want to say an affair because it goes deeper than that. It goes way worse than that. Groomed him for a thing that went on between them. Now, of course, Holly's giving her heartfelt apology and, basically explaining that Phil feels very sorry for hurting everybody. And, they always say that. I get that. And some people that feel sorry mean it, and others, they have to say that because they're a TV show or an entertainment thing that people admire, They want to save the ratings so they can maybe keep the show going. I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but that's often what's happening. So Holly's saying, we appreciate you and your support over the years. And Phil feels very sorry for what he's done. He's made it clear that, this happened over time. And I don't remember all of what she said. You'll have to watch it. It's out there. Anyhow, then, of course, I'm doing some research. I'm like, I wonder if what Phil had to say for himself, So they interview him. And he comes on and he's like, all I can say is I'm like very, 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 very sorry, or truly, truly, deeply sorry. Something like that. Just really emphasizing just how sorry he is. All right. So, because we're going to all buy that as a genuine apology because he says deeply, 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 or truly, 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 or whatever. Very sorry. So the next thing I did after hearing Phil give his diatribe of, how very, very sorry he was, is I read the comments on where he was saying all this stuff. And one person pretty much spelled it out to me. I think I tend to side with what this commenter said. What he said was, met the boy at 10, followed him on social media at 15, was filmed with having dinner with him out alone at age 17, got him a job in TV at 19, but I'm not a groomer, because that's what Phil said. I'm not a groomer. I did a very, very bad thing, but I'm not a groomer. Use your process of deduction and your brain cells and figure it out for yourself. I'm not going to tell you. Nowadays, nothing surprises me. And it's very disturbing indeed what went on with that. A lot of people are saying, well, okay, so this went down, but how much did ITV know about it? I mean, this has been going on since the kid was 10. And I think Phil's been in TV, in the ITV thing, for quite a while. I'm pretty sure that's where he got him the job. I didn't read all the ins and outs of it, but, yeah. So, did ITV know this was going on and cover it up for a long time? Or did they not know? Well, most people think, oh yeah, they knew. They just covered it up because they wanted to keep the show going. This world is very messed up, y'all. Very messed up. Anyway, so that's what I woke up to today. That was just like, wow, nothing shocks me. Nothing shocks me. Whew. And yesterday, at church, we were taught, do not ever be ashamed of the gospel. The world has a lot of problems, but you have the answers, people. And the answer is Jesus. That's what they taught at church yesterday. The world needs an answer for sure, because the world is really a mess. Anyway, I think that's just part of the world. It is a mess. It is part of the way things are. So, yeah, that was pretty disturbing. Very disturbing, really. So, yeah, go back and I'll try to post the information if it's still there by the time I'm done doing this live stream. And you can make your own mind up. And I'm sure more information will come out, but nothing at all surprises me anymore, y'all. Nothing. All right. right. Well, anyway, good morning. It is Monday. It's a brand new week. Brand new chance for Dee Dee to make some wise food decisions. And I plan on doing just that. So yesterday I took my watermelon I bought, sliced it up into some cubes, and I ate a little bit of it yesterday. But I was like, well, I had heard that it's okay to do stuff with the rind of the watermelon. So I took the rind, sliced it up, borrowed Matthew's pickle jar that he bought pickles in, and poured the pickle juice into the jar with the watermelon rinds. A little bit of water. So that's supposed to pickle the watermelon rinds. Hi, Gladys. So hopefully it works out. I'm trying to make pickled watermelon rinds. I took the other watermelon rinds, ground them up in my Magic Bullet, and froze them in ice cube trays and in my little cupcake silicone things. So yeah, that's what I did yesterday. Talked to my foster mom for a little while. Talked to Amber for a little while. Talked to a few people. My day was kind of busy yesterday. Anyway, that was yesterday, and today is, like I said, a new day. It's pretty cool out this morning. I'm loving it. Not cool enough to freeze my fingers too much, but cool and comfortable walking weather. So I'm glad I started out early. Ooh, those are really pretty. I'm looking at some really deep red roses. Those are beautiful. I love the flowers that are starting to come out. Looking at people's junk in front of their house. A lot of people have moved out, gotten in trouble. Seems to be a notice on that door. Oh wow, they pulled the flagpole on the cement right the heck out of the ground. That's crazy. Look at this, y'all. Junk, a camper, a house with a big notice on it, an eviction notice probably. Man, that house is falling apart. Holy mackerel. Whew. Anyway. So, away we go for another walk. I don't have a whole lot to say, honestly. That just kind of stunned me and shocked me this morning. What's weird, not about that, but about walking. I woke up this morning and my hip and my side and my rib was roaringly hurting me. I mean, it was just aching and painful. Start walking and no more pain. Not while I'm walking anyway. Now when I stop walking, it'll probably start hurting again. I am still going to get to the chiropractor though. No, Jeff B does not live here. Pretty sure he lives somewhere not far from here, state-wise. But he doesn't live here. Beautiful sunrise out there. Can you see that? Look at that one. You surely can see that on camera. That sun out there? Wow. How beautiful is that? I get to watch the sunrise. I think when I get home, I'm taking my shoes off. I'm going to stand on the ground in my bare feet and get, as they say, grounded for the morning, for the day. That's what they say to do, the earthy people. That the earth has magnetic forces and energy forces, and you should get grounded first thing in the morning. Soak up all that good energy in the ground. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I guess they say that that's true. You know, they say a lot of things. So, how many times do we hear they said this or they said that? We never know who the they is, usually. Just somebody out there, they said it. So we think it's true. Can't hurt. It's not going to hurt anything standing in my bare feet on the grass, other than maybe get my feet cold. Maybe get them bitten by some little gnats that are living in the grass, possibly. So peaceful. So peaceful before everybody wakes up and heads out to work. Sure, Gladys. You're funny. We are at 16 minutes, y'all. I did that whole block in 16 minutes. Amazing. But there are 3 blocks, so. Oh, Miller, that's a good question. I mean, the Bible mentions the Leviathan, which some could say is a dinosaur of the sea. And, Miller, there are fossils and bones that have been found. You do know that, right? Bones of dinosaurs, bones of creatures that lived long ago. Maybe they weren't called dinosaurs. Then again, maybe things aren't called or weren't called what we call them today either. But yeah, that's a good speculation there, Miller. But all I know is I believe a lot of times what I see, and I've seen the dinosaur bones. I've seen the discoveries. Although people could be lying about that for all I know. I don't know. Let's just say I like to believe there were dinosaurs. I like to believe there were these flying bony birds in the sky. I wasn't there, I can't say. It's all belief. It's all based on what your brain tells you. This is what I adhere to. This is what I think happened. I can't prove beliefs. Good question, Gladys. Did you, Miller? Did you check the Old Testament? I haven't done extensive research on it, honestly. Grass-eating creatures existed or tree-eating creatures. I don't think that's far-fetched at all. Nowadays, like I said, nothing surprises me. I don't really feel a need to prove my beliefs to anybody because it's my beliefs. Mine. I know what has worked for me. And I'm almost 57 years old and I'm still alive and kicking, so apparently it hasn't done me any harm to believe what I believe. So I'm not worried about it, Miller, really. There was the beast. Was the beast a dinosaur? You talking about the Leviathan, Gladys? I don't know. I didn't see him, so I don't know. Don't know what the beast looked like. If you're talking about Revelations, some people would say that's very symbolic, that it's not literal. I don't know. I hope to never find out, to be honest. I don't want to be here when Revelations is played out. It's pretty awful. It's very awful, actually. I'm just reading your comments at this point. Walking and reading. So, this is what I'm wearing. My same blouse from yesterday. I didn't have it on like very long, so. My black pants. My rocking sole shoes. That's what I'm sporting today in fashion. Huh. Interesting. And honestly, that's all we have. is our opinion, and it says from all of the ways of the world now, where things can be spliced and diced and repasted and reposted, it's often hard to even know what's true. I think that's why it's important to have that one-on-one relationship with your creator, because he'll tell you what he wants from you, and he'll give you your version of reality, So, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people believe that, Gladys, that there's, like, the Apocrypha wasn't put in the Bible. So what happened with that? Some people believe that those books are also true. I don't know what I believe about that. I really don't. I focus more on my personal relationship with him than I do which book is true and which book should be included and, whatever. I just follow what he tells me to do every day. Yes, scrolls that were not put in is more like it. Maybe not anything being removed. Although some people do speculate that King James took some stuff out at some point or reworded some things. So, it's taught that King James reworded the Bible. That's why we have the King James Version. So when they reworded it, I was told, well, people would be very strictly careful to not mess it up when they reworded it because the king could have them killed, So then other people say, well, you don't have proof of that. You didn't live in King James's time. Nobody came back and told us what really went on during that era. So we're assuming that everything that got translated correctly. I don't know. There's just too much iffy stuff. And this is why people don't follow religion and don't want God, because there's too much to speculate on. Well, yeah, I think that's correct, Craig. I think it was male and female, made he them in the Old Testament, for sure. Good point, Miller. You're all making good points. The daughters were born to the Anunnaki. Oh. I've never heard that word in my life, and I've read the Bible front to back cover several times. I've never heard of the Anunnaki. I would have to look it up, I guess. Yeah, very interesting conversation for sure. I don't always have the answers. I don't pretend to have all the answers. Back when I was really steeped in the Word of Faith movement, I would tell you their view of everything. And I would just spout it out like I'm some kind of robot programmed. But I think I lean more towards my messianic roots. But I still don't pretend to know everything. I really don't. There's a lot of things I don't have answers for. Yeah, probably true, Miller. Good point. There's our sunrise. I almost said sunset. Nope. Day is starting, not ending. That is our sunrise. Right there. And I need to get back home and catch those rays and the energy from the earth before the sun fully gets up in the sky. Anyway, oh yeah. The old scholars, Yeah, that's true, Miller. Very true. I don't know, as I become older, this world is almost illusional to me at times. Like it almost feels like it's not real. Maybe because one day it won't be my home anymore. I don't know. But while I'm here, I'm trying to stay as rooted to what's going on as possible, so I don't seem like I guess as the Baptists say, too heavenly minded to do any earthly good. Yeah, I want to always do earthly good while I'm on the earth, for sure. I'm not so convinced that it's an illusion that I would do things to violate rules or anything like that. Like, oh, well, it didn't seem like if I stole this that I'd get in trouble. No, not like that. That's not what I mean. I just mean things don't matter as much to me that used to seem like so crucial in my life. You think they were smarter than us, huh? I don't know how that could be, though, Miller. Okay, I'm going to look at this process of logicality in responding here. I'm not sure they could be smarter than us because as time has gone on, the brain's elasticity has caused people to grasp more information. So to me, when things evolve, and I'm not talking about evolution, I'm talking about the progress of life, the progress of development in the brain. As things evolved in the brain, people learned more and more. So, for instance, Miller, they didn't have the internet back then in Bible days. The internet is a highly technical, a bit complicated, actually very complicated tool, if you will. And very few people understand how to program the internet or how it even works with cyber waves and such. They didn't have that in Jesus' day, in Bible days. So I don't see how what you're saying has much validity about them being, more intelligent or smarter. I don't agree with you on that. We can agree to disagree on that. That doesn't seem logical to me. That they would have been smarter when they didn't have the mental capability and the brain capability to think up the stuff that people do today. But whatever. It depends also what material. You'd have to be specific. If you're talking about overall, no, I don't agree. I don't think they were smarter than people of today. I mean, they may have had a few geniuses along the way, people of genius intelligence, but as far as overall smarter, I don't buy it. I just don't. But it's an interesting thing to think about. Oh, man. I sometimes think people in the Bible days were very much more impulsive than a lot of people are today. Maybe because of lacking intelligence around certain areas. They were very simple, I think, most of them, although Bible scholars were very intelligent. So, I don't know, you could have some with some people being more intelligent than they are today. Smarter, as you said. What you're saying about teens and children and stuff like that, well, you're not saying that, I'm saying that. In some cases, yes. And because of the recent illness, there's a lot of teens that really are struggling scholarly wise. That is true. I've met some of them. So yeah, in that case, I guess society has been, as we say, dumbed down quite a bit for different reasons. But overall, those who were not touched by illness, those who were in like the upper echelons of society that do a lot of the thinking that controls things around us, are not dumb by any means. And I would say would skyrocket in intelligence compared to Bible scholars in some ways. Because as I said, the brain cells have evolved and developed, and the more highly technical or even just information in general that gets fed to people over the years, the higher the intelligence, unless something comes to thwart that, such as the major illness that affected society. Right, Craig Mertz, I understand. But I also know that those who originally developed the internet, a lot of times were not hooked to it like the people they developed it for are and were. So it didn't have the effect on them. They simply created it and moved on, some of them. So they weren't tainted by their creation. So they could maintain their intelligence. Not everybody, some of them still avidly used the internet that they created, but some didn't. Some were like, well, my job's done. I got people hooked. I'm moving on. I got tons of money. I'm going to go enjoy my pool, you know? So, yeah, they didn't stick around long enough to be affected by it like some people that use it today are. I don't know. You can look at it both ways. You really could. Okay, let's see. So I see what you're saying, Miller. You make good points here that people were more connected to God and nature because they didn't have all this extra frau-di-lau on the side. So yes, in their relationship with God, with Yahweh, with Creator, I agree they were better off back then without all the extra technology and things to take away their attention and things to make them think certain ways. So yeah, I agree with you on that as far as relationship with Creator is. Craig says the one major thing our society is foregoing today is gratitude. Well, some of us. Some people are pretty ungrateful, so. Oh boy. I don't know anything about Phil other than what I've seen on the internet, so I can't really say how Phil does or doesn't do anything. I don't know the man personally to sit in, what do you call it? Not judgment, but to sit in, to break down anything about him, basically. I don't have any ability to do that because I don't know him. I'm going to stretch out a little bit. I've been walking for 33 minutes. Make sure I do my cool down. I just hope Laura is doing okay. But I don't know about any of that. I don't go on his channel very often, so rarely. I more or less watch clip channels just because I think they're silly and goofy, most of them. Hi, Meech. Yeah, I will definitely look at those. No problem. I was just in the middle of a live, so I couldn't stop and switch over. Otherwise, I would lose everything while I'm walking. But I'm back now, so I can conclude this and go and look at the pictures you sent me and comment if I need to. Oh boy. I hope you're not dragging me into any drama, because I really do my best to stay out of the drama, but you know me, I'll give an opinion. I have no problem with that. Oh, Michi's here now. And I got some kind of a gnat crawling in my hair. Yes, I forgot my Vicks again. Yep, I'll check it out, Miller. No problem. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for giving me something to think about for the morning. Although usually after I think about it and talk about it, it pretty much goes right out of my head. So, because I don't really dwell on stuff like that. It's too technical for me, too detailed, and I try to keep my mind on positivity and things that make me happy and feel fulfilled. Gladys says, hey, Meech. Meech. Yeah. Show him your face, girl. Oh, my love. Yes, you're my lovey, aren't you? You've been with me through the thick and the thin, girl. Do a little meow meow so they can hear it. That was nothing. Oh my goodness, she's too busy nuzzling me to meow for anybody. What you doing, Meech? She has to have full access to the side of my face so she can rub against it, huh? Yeah. You hear the birds, Meech? What do you think of that? And this is why Mommy's glasses are crooked all the time. Right here. The cat adjustment. Alright, guys. I guess I'll head off. Good conversation this morning. Hopefully they get to the bottom of the whole Phillips Schofield ITV this morning show thing. Gosh, this world is so messed up. I really am dismayed. Alright, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go and be fruitful and get some chores done today and get the house cleaned a bit. Gonna work on that. Hopefully, I sent somebody a message about my yard. Hopefully they get it and they come here and take care of their mess. Because that is not from me. Alright. It's called give a person an inch, they'll take a yard or a mile or whatever. Okay. Craig, talk to Gladys and they'll tell you who he is. I don't really have a comment. No comment. I am withholding comments. You can figure out who he is easy enough if you're in this area. I'm sure you hang out in his room or you lurk in there, so you know who he is. Alright, he has nothing to do with my channel whatsoever, so I'm not really sure why his name keeps being brought in here, but every time it is, I'll give you my comment on it, because I don't really have much to say at this point other than no comment on that. I already said all I have to say about that topic in person, which has nothing to do with me. So, alright. Be blessed, everybody. Have a wonderful, awesome day. I'm going to go be useful and helpful by cleaning my house and doing what I need to do. Alright. And maybe Marco Polo with some of my friends and my accountability partners and stuff. So, I will talk to you soon. Shalom.